Hey everyone, Shabby Gamer here, and welcome back to our next episode of the WWE 2K16 Universe Mode. So this evening is our last episode of Raw before we hit the Money in the Bank pay-per-view this Sunday, which is going to be incredible. So tonight we have set for you Cesaro versus Drew Galloway in a rivalry match. We've got Nikki Storm taking on Tamina. For some reason the game likes to book this match at match number 2 every single week, so we're going to continue on with it. Big Boss Man versus Mankind. We're going to see a tag team match as the Empire, Tama, Tonga and Tangaroa take on the Nation of Domination's Kama, Mustafa and D'Lo Brown. Edge and Christian take on the Hart Foundation's Jim Neidhart and Owen Hart. We're going to see a prelude for the championship match coming up at Money in the Bank as Roman Reigns takes on The Rock. And then for some bizarre reason, the game has booked Goldberg versus Christopher Gerrard as the main event. So we are just going to watch the 3 matches again this evening, mainly because I'm just trying to get as many of these videos recorded as I can before I go away on holiday. So we've got Nikki Storm versus Tamina is going to be skipped as Nikki Storm picking up the win. Bossman versus Mankind is a win for Bossman over Mankind. Edge and Christian against the Hart Foundation, a win for Edge and Christian, the tag team champions, no surprise there. And we are going to skip this match between Goldberg and Gerrard. I was tempted, but I want to try and get this video done as quick as we can. And wow! Wow, Christopher Gerrard, take a bow, my friend. Big victory for him over Goldberg, and my cogs in my head are turning right now. And maybe that's the win that could push Gerrard into the Money in the Bank ladder match this Sunday. I don't know what's going to happen with that ladder match. I don't know who's going to be in it. The game's going to book it. If I try and change it, it completely breaks the ladder, the Money in the Bank. So we are just going to leave it as it is. So really, it could be anybody in there right now. So you'll have to wait and see on Sunday, won't you? So we're going to watch these 3 matches. The main event of Roman Reigns versus The Rock. We're going to have the Empire, Tama, Tonga and Tangaroa versus D'Lo Brown and Kama, Mustafa. But first, it's this match right here. And yes, our first match this evening is Cesaro versus Drew Galloway. A preload for a match we will see at Money in the Bank this Saturday, or this Sunday, should I say, as Cesaro defends his European Championship against Galloway. And here we go, Washington DC. I know that one. I have been struggling recently with states in America. I don't know why. So Cesaro surprised me when he won this championship, to tell the truth. I didn't think he was going to be able to get past the Macho Man, because Macho Man had so much momentum and hot streaks built up. He just seemed like he was going to be unbeatable, but Cesaro got past him. So Cesaro won that European Championship, and ever since he's been stalked by Drew Galloway. Galloway had an opportunity at this belt when Macho Man was the champion. Of course, Galloway, on his debut evening at Raw Invades ICW, got a championship match. Didn't manage to pull it off, though, unfortunately for him. But still, I'm thinking Galloway might have a better opportunity this weekend against Cesaro. It's really going to be an interesting match, quite an even match, and it wouldn't surprise me if Galloway here is one of the guys that WWE might have their eye on to potentially bring back at some point. He's doing so well on the indie scene and the TNA, of course, and it wouldn't surprise me if WWE wanted to bring him back in and use him as the upper mid-card star that they wanted to use him as in the first place. And I must admit, I wasn't overly impressed with Galloway when he was in WWE until it sort of come towards the end, when Galloway was being given a bit more of an open, open mic, I suppose, really the best way of using it. Where they stuck him in 3-man band, and nobody really cared too much about it. They just sort of left him as it was and let him carry on. And I think that sort of allowed Galloway a lot more freedom that he never got when he was the chosen one with Vince McMahon. So it's good to see him getting the chance to really show what he can do now, and I would imagine that both himself and Ethan Carter III, or Derek Bateman if you will, would both get a look in when their contracts expire with TNA about potentially going back to WWE, and it wouldn't surprise me at all. And straight away, Drew Galloway really taking the match to Cesaro earlier on. And the best thing about this match at Money in the Bank at the weekend is it is going to be a European Championship match between two Europeans. I'm sorry, I just got a little bit distracted because I've realised that Biff Busick's name has just popped up in front of me on Twitter. Oni Lorcan. Oni Lorcan? Oni Lorcan. That's what it looks like. I don't honestly know, to tell the truth. Oni Lorcan. It was liked a tweet from Billy Kay, who made a debut on SmackDown. I don't know how that happened. I don't know if it was a one-off or what, but... Is it Oni Lorcan? I don't know. I don't have to say his name. And Galloway continues the aggression here on Cesaro, and it's not a great position for Cesaro to be in right now. Because the last thing you want to do is lose this match so close. I've just refereed. Well, there you go, Sniper Wolf 3003. You're now in one of my videos. Well done. I hope you are watching, because that'd be a bit pointless if you're not. But there you go. Cesaro now looking for that back fist, and Galloway caught him out. Cesaro taking Galloway over. Yeah, Oni Lorcan. What's wrong with my laptop recently? It's going absolutely crazy. Cesaro now sending Drew Galloway into the corner. And now Cesaro getting back into this match now, which will make him a bit happier. Because like I said, the last thing you want to do is lose a match so close to the pay-per-view. Especially with the championship involved. If Cesaro was to lose here, it would really put him under some unnecessary pressure that he doesn't really want to be in. But at the moment now, since the last sort of 5 minutes in this match, Cesaro has taken control. But as I say that, Drew Galloway takes him up and locks it into a suplex. There's the pin. Oh, it was almost a free count there. Galloway now sending Cesaro down, brings him back up to his feet, takes him up onto his shoulders, looking for the white noise, and he hits it. Cesaro close to the rope, so Galloway pulls him away. In for the pin he goes. 1, 2. It's only a 2 count. Galloway with a big kick to the side of Cesaro. Now the overhand, bringing Cesaro round and just choking him down on the ground. Galloway bringing Cesaro back up to his feet. He's got to look for that future shock to try and finish Cesaro off, but this time he goes for a neck breaker. Oh, dropping the neck breaker onto the knee as well makes it even worse. Galloway now sending Cesaro over the top. Cesaro crashing to the outside. Galloway joins him out there, bringing Cesaro back up to his feet once again. Sending Cesaro back into the ring. Galloway wants to win this one in the ring. He wants to get the free count. He's desperate to get that victory before Money in the Bank and just turn things in his own way. And now Galloway looks to be stalking Cesaro here. Hooks the arms. He's got him in. Future shock DDT. Can he get into the pin? He does. 1, 2, and 3. And there we go. Drew Galloway does pick up a big victory. Only a few days before he faces Cesaro for the European Championship. He picks up the free count here. Galloway cheering and offering out a handshake to Cesaro. Oh, Cesaro the low blow. I've not seen that before. I have not seen that cutscene before. Cesaro not impressed at all, and I think we've just seen a Cesaro heel turn there. And I think we've just seen Galloway's balls fly out of his eyes. And there is a rivalry result. Cheap shot. Cesaro delivered a cheap shot to the undergarments of Drew Galloway after losing their match. Cesaro now is completely clean steak. No hot streaks, no cold streaks, no momentum boost, nothing. And he's now crowd reaction boo, which I think he might have been already, actually. Drew Galloway now with a momentum boost and a double hot streak as well. So Galloway is looking in firm control going into this match on Sunday for the European Championship. And here is match number 2 of the evening. It is going to be the Empire, Tangaroa and Tama Tonga taking on the Nation of Domination, Mustafa and D'Lo Brown. And here we go. We've seen Tama Tonga and Tangaroa now a few times. It's only the second time we're going to see them tag up together, though. That was their debut night. We saw them tag up, and then we've seen them both compete as singles competitors after that. I have been trying to remove the Bullet Club shirt from Tama Tonga, but for some reason, every time I do, the game completely crashes. No idea why. It's another one of those amazing 2K situations, but either way, it doesn't really matter too much, does it? So yeah, both these guys debut the night after Payback. I want to say Payback. I'm sure it's Payback, yeah. Attacking the brand new champion that was The Rock. The Rock won that belt at Payback, and then he made his entrance the very next night on Tuesday Night Raw. And as soon as he got to the ring, these two guys entered and demolished him. From there on, obviously The Rock being part of the Nation of Domination, his teammates from that stable, Mustafa and D'Lo Brown, have been trying to get some retribution for The Rock. Of course, The Rock himself has pointed the finger directly at Roman Reigns for these attacks, and it looks rightly so as well. So Rock has been concentrating solely on Reigns while these 4 guys have been colliding. I'm not going to lie to you, my original plan for this feud was to have a 6-man tag elimination chamber match. But then I realised that 2K have removed the 6-man tag elimination match, which I was just annoyed. So hopefully we'll get that back on 2K17. I'm hoping for some sort of match editor anyway, so I can create my own matches. I want to be able to create Ultimate Submission, so the Iron Man submission match, or I want to do a First Blood match, or I want to do a best 2 out of 3 falls, or a 3 stages of hell, or a 6-man elimination chamber match, or a tag team ladder match, or something like that, because a lot of these match types have all been taken out, and it's so frustrating now because we're very limited on just what we can do and what we can make different as well, because at the moment we just seem to be going round and round in circles all the time. I would love to have had that 6-man elimination chamber, and then we could have just made it for the Raw Championship. That would have been fantastic. So over the last few weeks we have seen some very bad performances, I think, by the Empire. I think their debut match was a tag match and they lost. The week after that, it was Tama Tonga taking on Mustafa, and Mustafa dominated Tama Tonga with D'Lo Brown came to ringside, and I think it distracted Tama Tonga at some point. And then last week we saw D'Lo Brown defeat Tangaroa 1-on-1 as well. So far the Empire yet to pick up a single victory, which is probably not going to be very good for them. They're not going to be very happy with that at all. And I'm sure they'll be hoping here a win would really turn this around for them. And we have already announced a few weeks back as well that the winner of this feud will go on to become the #1 contenders for the tag team championships here. So there's a lot riding on this, there really is. Mustafa taking Tama Tonga down into that shoulder breaker. Dropping a leg drop onto the inside of Tama Tonga as well. And I'm thinking at this point in time that this tag team #1 contendership match is the Nation of Domination's to lose, really, more than anything. Gutbuster there by Mustafa. In for the pin, he drops. 1, 2. It's only enough for a 2 count. This match continues on. Mustafa now sending Tama Tonga into the corner. There's the tag. In comes D'Lo Brown. And D'Lo Brown with a double axe handle to the arm of Tama Tonga. Now D'Lo with a backdrop. Drops into the pin. 1, 2. It's only a 2 count, but Tonga really needs to make the tag here. If he continues on in the ring for too long, it's going to end up becoming too difficult for him. Tangaroa yet to be involved in this match at all, and he'll be desperate to get in there. D'Lo Brown went for the Cesaro, but Tama Tonga avoids it, and there's a big boot to the chest as well. And Tonga does now make it across and brings in his half-brother Tangaroa, or Camacho if you will as well. Tama Tonga is somebody that WWE was interested in as well, I believe, in January. But Tama Tonga, I think he, from what I remember off the top of my head, he said that he wanted to stick with New Japan because New Japan were the only company that were willing to give him the opportunity to show what he could do, and he wanted to repay them, which is a very fair comment. But I think sooner or later, you need to make the jump if you're going to make the jump, and I think these two guys together as a tag team would be a fantastic addition back in WWE. And the thing is, if you're Camacho, what are you thinking here? You're thinking, I was given this awful character to try and portray, quite a racially stereotypical character to try and portray as well, but now he's gone away. He's gone to New Japan. He's recreated himself, and he's in quite a dominant tag team with his half brother, adopted brother, shall I say? And I think before this as well, Tama Tonga never held a championship. From what I remember, Tama Tonga had never held a championship in New Japan, and I think his first championship he held was alongside Tangaroa, and that is the IWGP Tag Team Championships. Quite a very high-profile tag team championships in New Japan, held by some of the best tag teams in the world. Of course, one of the most recent tag teams to hold that championship were the Club, in Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson. And I am hoping when they come up and do this this upcoming draft, I'm hoping they're not stupid this time and they actually keep tag teams together, because I want to see stables stick together. I want to see the New Day go as a trio to one brand, and the Club go as a trio to another brand, and Wyatt Family goes a trio to one brand, and there's no other stables like Wyatt Family, is there really? But maybe somebody takes the Wyatt Family and the other person gets 4 picks. That could work quite nicely. D'Lo Brown taking the pack. He's taking the pack. He's making the tag to Kama Mustafa. But Tangaroa catches Mustafa straight away. It takes him up. Sit out powerbomb. Big move there. That could be a game changer in this one. Tangaroa now comes across and brings in his partner Tama Tonga. Tonga just staring down Mustafa. Brings across and a bit of a tag team maneuver here. Oh, big kick to the back of the head by Tama Tonga. Mustafa looks out of it there. They could have knocked him silly, that one. Boot to the face there by Mustafa. Front chancery now bringing Tangaroa, round to his own corner. Roa fight through that kick to the side of the head, but Mustafa takes him down with the arm drag. Now into the front chancery, and again, here comes the tag. D'Lo Brown comes into the ring. And almost like a double rock bottom style move, I suppose. Maybe trying to show solidarity to The Rock. Sorry, I forgot to talk there for a split second. Both guys back up. D'Lo Brown now. Wow, taking Tangaroa right down across his knee. We're going to go for a head wiggle, people. There it is, the head wiggle. Into the leg drop. That's probably got a proper name, but I'm sticking with head wiggle. I like head wiggle. There's the pin. Oh, Mustafa just flattened Tama Tonga in the background. He got some severe whiplash from that. There's now Tangaroa. Whoa, my phone's buzzing now. Tangaroa, there's a DDT on D'Lo Brown. In for the pin he goes once again. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. The Empire, Tangaroa and Tama Tonga desperately need this victory. Desperately need this victory. There's the pin by Tonga. 1, 2. Again, it's only enough for the 2 count. Elbows to the forehead of D'Lo Brown. And now Tonga. Oh, cheeky that is. Looked like he was going to go for some sort of dangerous attack there, but just ends with a freaking the foot across the face. Tama Tonga. Snap underhook suplex. Tama Tonga now sending D'Lo Brown into the corner. Does he have enough in him to finish D'Lo Brown off? Lawn dart into the middle rope. D'Lo Brown's face hit the corner pretty hard. Tangaroa just too slow to get across and take Khan Mustafa out though. And there goes Khan Mustafa over the top rope by Tangaroa. Referee's lost control of this one now. This could play into the hands of these guys in the ring. Tama Tonga, crossroads. In for the pin he goes. Khan Mustafa's out of it. 1, 2, this could be big. And it is a first win here in our Universe mode for the Empire. They've struggled so far, lost a tag team match and lost 2 singles matches as well. But there we go. Finally, we get the first victory for the Empire. And another one of those on Sunday could be enough to make them, well, it will be enough to make them the #1 contenders for the Tag Team Championships. And that could be a very pivotal moment for them in this Universe mode. Edge and Christian have held these belts now for some time. Edge and Christian are still the Tag Team Champions, aren't they? I'm sure they are. Yeah, they only defended them a couple of weeks ago against Santino and Grado. So yeah, Edge and Christian are still the Tag Team Champions. But they haven't faced anyone of real danger for some time. Like I said, they faced up against Grado and Santino, which are not exactly the best tag team in the world, is it really? There's the old wiggle head. Not enough though. And just watch Khan Mustafa here. He flattens Tama Tonga. But it was only enough for a 2 count. And there you see Tangaroa on the outside. We don't see anything now because that guy was signed. Tangaroa taking Khan Mustafa out. Slides back into the ring, ensuring Mustafa's not getting back up. And there's the 3 count. And a great victory for the Empire. They're going to be very happy with that. Tama Tonga very happy with that as well. And a great, great victory. So it's going to be interesting now to see exactly what happens on Sunday. We know both teams have got him in it to win them. Have got it in them to win the match. And we're going to have new #1 contenders. But just who is that going to be? And there is the rivalry update. Tama Tonga has gained a hot streak. And he's still got that strange symbol that I forgot to have a look at last time. Khan Mustafa is in a momentum boost but lost his hot streak. Tangaroa's on a hot streak. And D'Lo Brown's on a momentum boost as well. So at the moment, it's pretty mixed. Everyone's got similar sort of... everyone's got a sort of similar status effects. So really, this is quite even. And here is our main event of the evening. It is going to be a prelude for Money in the Bank as Roman Reigns faces off against the Raw champion, The Rock. And here comes Roman Reigns and The Rock takes him out from behind. Rock blames Reigns for certain attacks against him this month. And now Rock getting his own back. Championship against the back of the head. And this could be a difficult match here for Roman Reigns. Of course, we saw last week Roman Reigns attacking The Rock from the offset to a point where Reigns ended up picking up the victory pretty quickly when we had to play the match because of the dodginess of 2K with a certain cutscene that doesn't work. The bell goes and Reigns is down here. Reigns is really struggling. The Rock straight away locking in a sharpshooter as well. And if you're Roman Reigns here, I know you want to win. I know you want to get the momentum. But after an attack like that from behind, you must be thinking to yourself, I might want to just give up this one and live to fight another day. You don't want to take too much damage. You see, Reigns is almost like a dead weight at the moment. Only enough for a 2 count though. What has The Rock got in the locker still, though? Brings Reigns back up to his feet. There's a suplex, and Reigns catches his legs on the top rope. Very, very painful, that is. Because those ropes are not as springy as they might seem. They are just spun steel cables. They're not very easy to spring off. Rock being caught there with the overarm to the back, and all of a sudden Reigns is back up and getting a little bit of offense. Is it going to be enough, though? Reigns, I think, is looking pretty annoyed now, though. It's very much a case of using his aggression, taking the Rock up, and there's an electric chair. A move that I don't think I've ever seen Roman Reigns use in real life. I wonder if we should stop Roman Reigns from wrestling now. Anyway, after Money in the Bank, we're going to give him 30 days off for being drunk and disorderly. Yeah. I don't actually know. Does anyone actually know what Roman Reigns had done? I know he's failed the wellness policy, but does anyone know what it is? Is it... I'm going to assume it might be painkillers, maybe, or something along them sort of lines, but I don't honestly know. If any of you know, will you let me know in the comment section? Because I've had a quick look to see what it was. I know it doesn't really matter, does it? Either way, he's been banned. But I was just interested. I was interested to see what it is. If it's painkillers, could it be a fact that they've overworked him and he's having to take painkillers to get through, or is he just been stupid and has he done a little bit of marijuana or something along those sort of lines? It's possible. That's what RVD used to do all the time. Rock now getting his head twisted by Roman Reigns. Not a situation you really want to be in. Reigns slamming the back of the head of the Rock into the mat, and referee's up to a 5. And Roman Reigns is doing fantastically well here, considering the assault he took before the match. For Reigns to be in this position in the match is just amazing to me. As the Rock, with a Russian leg sweep now up to the top rope. What was he looking for here? Went for the elbow drop, but Reigns avoids it. Big kick, and I think he was looking to kick the Rock in the back there, but the Rock just came down a little bit beforehand, and I think Roman Reigns' kick ended up against his chest, more or less. Reigns now with a big slam, taking the Rock down. Reigns just staring at the fallen Rock now. If Reigns can turn this one round, then he's going to be looking pretty good for this match at Money in the Bank. Rock now sending Reigns to the outside. Reigns fights back with that big right hand. Rock catches Reigns though with a jawbreaker. Into a snapmare. And now into a grounded headlock. But Reigns manages to fight free straight away into a headlock of his own. Reigns now bringing the Rock across into the corner. Snake Eyes. I must admit, I'm not a fan of Roman Reigns. I don't think he's a bad wrestler, though, to tell the truth. I'm not a fan of Roman Reigns at all, though. But one thing I did really like at the previous pay-per-view, which was Money in the Bank, it wasn't to do with Roman Reigns anyway, to tell the truth. It was Seth Rollins. It's when Reigns went for a spear and Rollins caught him in the pedigree from the spear. I thought that was incredible, that was. I thought that was really, really good. So Reigns catches Rock with that massive dive, and now Reigns just staring at the grounded Rock. I don't know if he's bugged out, potentially. He possibly could have. No, he's back up now. And Reigns straightaway catches him with the backbreaker. And again, the referee's up to a 4 count. I mean, they have until 10 to get back in the ring. There's the 5. Now Reigns slides back in. Reigns, I don't know what happened to him there. It just seemed like he was waiting for the Rock to get back up to his feet all the time. Didn't seem to want to continue on with the offense. And talking of offense, Rock there just dropping his entire body weight into the inside of the knee of the Rock, which is a clever move, really, because especially if you're going to go for a sharpshooter later on. But there's the spine buster. We know what Rock likes to follow up the spine. Okay, ignore me then. I was going to say he was going to go for a certain maneuver, but decides against it, goes in for the pin instead against Roman Reigns. Of course, did take a lot of damage before the match, but he's still just about holding on. There wasn't a lot behind that kick out. Both guys back up. Rock with the overhand to Reigns. Another one as well. Rock now taking Reigns up onto that top turnbuckle. What goes up must come down, and well, Reigns with the elbow comes down his own way with a double axe handle, taking the Rock down. And Reigns looking for the worst move in wrestling history. I can't stand this move, I really can't. There's a Superman punch. I hate impact finishes like that. A punch, everyone punches, so why is Roman Reigns' punch so special? But there we go. Rock's been busted open. And Reigns almost got the 3 count, not quite enough. That Superman punch was enough to break the skin on the Rock's forehead. And, oh, what a spear. I wish his spear was like that in real life, I really do, because I'm a big fan of a spear. But some of his spears look a little bit lackluster, but that was a cracking spear. And that's going to be enough to pick up Reigns the victory, surely. And it is. So, only 5 days before the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, Roman Reigns picks up a victory over the Raw champion, The Rock. And this is going to make things very interesting now going forward. Who's the favourite for this match on Sunday? Is it The Rock? Is it Roman Reigns? Rock attacked Reigns before the match with that ring, with the title, the championship belt, and still Reigns managed to come back and turn it around and pick up a victory. That's not quite what The Rock was hoping for this evening. If he'd just gone for the people's elbow here, like he should have done, I don't know why he didn't go for it. He decided instead to waste a bit of time moving Reigns around the ring a bit and then going for the pin, but it wasn't going to be enough. If he'd just gone for the people's elbow, I think Rock would have won the match. But this is what busted The Rock open. We're going to get a different angle of it here with absolutely no run-up whatsoever. The Superman punch and... yeah. But of course, that wasn't enough to keep The Rock down. It was only enough for the 2 count. But then it was this, the giant spear, taking The Rock halfway across the ring. That was enough to finish him off. And Roman Reigns picks up a vital victory towards the end of this feud. We could have a brand new champion at Money in the Bank in the shape of Roman Reigns. And of course, we do have Money in the Bank coming at Money in the Bank as well, so keep an eye out for that. I'm hoping the game's going to do it properly. Of course, that Money in the Bank pay-per-view is going to be shared between Raw and Thunder. I've got no idea who's going to be in that match. I've got no idea if it's going to be a good set of people or a bad set of people, or if we're going to end up with just Heath Slaters the whole way through, or what. I have no idea what's going to happen. But hopefully the game comes through for us. The reason I'm not changing the Money in the Bank, if you've not heard already, is I've done it in the past. I've always changed it. And if you do change the participants, for some reason it takes away the briefcase. It's so frustrating. So we are just going to have it as a normal 6-man Money in the Bank. The game picks exactly who it's going to be. And then we are going to have a briefcase. And then that person, whoever it should be, will get their opportunity. So that is the end of this episode. I hope you have enjoyed it. Of course, if you have, then be a star and hit that like button for me. And of course, if you are new around here and you have enjoyed what you've watched, or even if you haven't, I'd still love a sub anyway. Yeah, that'd be absolutely great if you hit that sub button. And yeah, that's all I've got to tell you. I've been Shabby Gamer. Thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you in a couple of days for our next episode of Thunder.